Hey guys, this is Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art, and this is our first time going live in our new Facebook group here, and this will also be shared on YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure that you say hi in the chat box, whether you're watching live here on Facebook or later on the replay on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are watching live, you can share this now because we're in a public group. So go ahead and share the video. And don't forget to subscribe to my email newsletter where we send out a couple extra free tutorials every Tuesday. And you can like my Facebook page and my YouTube page, all this housekeeping information up front here. And make sure that you invite your friends to do more mystery stamping. Hello, everyone. I see Vesta's on here. Les Tony, hello. Thank you for sharing. All right, so I have the directions here, and we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you so much for joining me. All right, let's take my face away, and we'll get down to the desktop. Okay, so I have a regular half a sheet of cardstock. I am actually starting with soft suede, which is kind of not the normal color cardstock I usually play with. So this is kind of a different card for me. I'm hoping that it turns out. I liked my other samples, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so the base was 8 1/4, so almost half a cardstock. So you're shaving off a little 1/4 of an inch over here, and it's 5.5 inches tall. We are going to score the card base 4 times. All right, so get your cutting blade out of the way. And we're going to put it in at the long side at the top. We're going to score at 1 3/8 right here. This is in the description of the video, by the way, also. 2 3/4, 5 1/2. And we're going to have to take the arm out to do the last one. And 6 7/8. Keep your trimmer out because we are going to still need it for quite a bit of this one. My stuff is in the way. Okay, so we can put the arm back now because that was all we needed that for. Okay, so now we have these 2 score lines over here. So we have 2 little panels over here and 2 little panels over here. This is where this card gets really fun. Okay, we are going to make 2 X's. So we're going to make a big X from this all the way across these 2 rectangles so that they cross on the center of those 2 little rectangles. And we're going to make another X over here. So just line up in your trimmer at the corners of those 2 shapes. So I'm going to put the corner here and line up the bottom of the right rectangle here. Oops, I moved it. So take your time doing this part. You want it to be straight. This card is worth it. It's really cool. So there's one. And actually, while you have it at this angle, you can just go ahead and scoot it over all the way because it's going to be at the right angle for the other side also. So go ahead and put the top of the left side here and the bottom right in your track there. And go ahead and score that as well. And then we'll rotate it and do the other side. So now we'll just turn it and we'll go from this corner to this corner. We've got a score line right here, which you might not be able to see very well on the video here, but again, we're just making the X across those 2 smaller rectangles on the sides. Hopefully you can see that now. I've got an X right in the middle there. So we'll do this one last side here. All right, let's put this to the side for a minute because we're going to do something fun with this. But we do have some more work to do with the trimmer, and so I'll just go ahead and put this off to the side for now. We do have 2 pieces of DSP, and I chose this really fun DSP. What is this from? It's called By the Bay. It's got a bunch of gold specialty and pearl foil on it. And this was just so cool. So I'm actually going to do it upside down. It's supposed to be a shell, but I'm going to do it upside down, and pretty soon you'll see why. So with mine, you can choose 2 different patterns if you want, which would work just fine. I'm going to do 2 of the same on this sample, and you'll see how 2 of the different ones look on another sample. It's really cool. So what we're actually going to do is cut both of these in half. So since they are 2 1/4 wide by 5 inches tall, we're going to scoot it over to 1 1/8. So it should show up at 1 1/8 both sides of the trimmer track here. And then just slice that. We're going to keep those together. And then this one, same thing. If you have 2 different patterns, it is important that you make sure that your little pieces stay together. Okay, so I'm taking these 2 and working with these 2 at the moment. We're going to pretend like this is your one pattern and that might be a different one. So I'm going to take these, and on the inside of where we just cut, I'm going to turn both of those sides down. Do you see what I did? So they were together like this, and I'm just going to separate them and kind of rotate them both down a little bit. And this is where we're going to do our cutting. Okay, so I'm going to put this is 5 inches long. We're going to scoot this in half at 2 1/2. And I just want to make a little mark here. You could use a pencil. I'm just going to use my scoring blade just to make a little tiny mark right at 2 1/2. And hopefully I'll be able to see that. So it's right there. You might be able to see it better on the back side. So at that little mark, I'm going to, we'll do this other one too. Same thing, 2 1/2 at that side that we turned it to. All right, so I'll put this one off to the side for a second. All right, so at that little mark, we're going to be cutting from there up to both of the upper corners. So we'll put that little mark in your trimmer track up to the corner. I know this is a lot of diagonal cutting, but I promise this is going to be that's going to be a wow card. All right, so careful as you close your trimmer guide there. This will hold the paper in place, and then you'll just slice that. And don't worry if it's not quite perfect. It's not going to really show all of your if you don't get it quite exact. We're going to go ahead and put that center piece right in there again and cut down to this corner. All right, now I'm going to put all my pieces together like they were, and I will put them off onto my desktop just like that, so I can keep track of which pieces are where. Now I'm going to scoot this piece in just as it was. Remember, our little mark was at the bottom here. So we're going to do the same thing, putting that in the track. And this is intentional, because if your paper is directional, if you want it to be a certain way, you'll have to be specific on how your paper is lying. Okay, so we did this one, and it actually goes the other way like this. And I was doing it upside down, so it doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, so here's how that would go. And it's actually, I wanted it this way because I wanted those shells to be upside down. So it's still right. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with these. We're going to do our little marks here. So take those apart, turn them down. And then we'll do our little mark in the middle. We're just making the little pieces to go on all these little triangles on the sides here, right? So I made that little mark. Let's make this one. And we'll cut this one also. I hope you've all had a good week. We have the school closed today. We have an ice storm going through here, mid-Michigan, and probably across much of the country. So I hope everybody's staying safe and doesn't have to drive around too much if you're caught in any of this. I think down south you got a bunch of rain. Is that right? Is anybody watching from in the south of the U.S.? I thought that there would be snow. There was nothing when I woke up, but there is. There's some ice forming now, but not snow. No snow. I thought I was expecting inches of snow because they called I guess it's more like an ice day. Vesta, yours is closed today too. Yep, they were being cautious. I appreciate that. I got some more chores done because I had 4 more helping hands to help me out. All right, so here's what we have. And again, we're going to turn that one back over because it kind of goes in an X like this. Excuse me. So now we have 2 of these. And I think that's all we needed for the trimmer. So I'm going to put this onto the tabletop here. Just like so. All right. And we'll bring this piece back in. Now, if you had 2 different patterns, what you could do is take one from this one and put it here. And then you'd take this one from the other pattern and put it here and here. And then this one from this pattern would actually go on this one over here. This is hard to do because I used all of the same pattern, but I'll show you on my other sample. But since I'm using all of the same DSP, I'm just going to just kind of just move these straight over there. They will actually line up real nice, just how you cut them, just how we laid them out, just like that. So I will be gluing those on like that. But first, we're going to do some folding. I'll get my bone folder out. So again, we have our 2 X's there. We've got our 4 vertical lines. Les Tony says the schools here are either closed or dismissed early from northeast Pennsylvania. It is snowing now, icy since 11:30. Yeah, it is. And Julie says, yeah, wind and rain in Toledo. So all of these vertical lines will be folded down. So we'll go ahead and give those a fold and then we'll burnish those. So it's like that. And then we'll just give those a good press. I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out because this is my idea for this was concocted in the last hour. All right, so now that we did all of our vertical lines down, we're going to do the X's folding up. So go ahead and fold all of the X's up. So we did that one. Now we have to fold the other way. That's helpful to remember. So all of the vertical lines are down and all of the X's are up. Okay. So there we have our card base and it folds in like this. And this is how it will fit in an envelope. Isn't that cool? And it will actually stand up on a desk or to be displayed. So we'll go ahead and kind of flatten that back out in order to glue our pieces on. Let's go ahead and glue that now. So again, I just get to transfer those straight onto here. And I'm going to put my shells on upside down. Does anybody have a guess why what I'm kind of trying to do with that? I wouldn't have any clue. It's kind of a long shot. I've got all my shells kind of pointing down instead of up. All right, so just kind of put those with a little bit of border there in all of your little places. So this should give you a little bit of time to do your cutting and do your gluing also. Okay. It's the middle of the week, Wednesday. Oh, we do still have about a week left, a little bit less than a week left of Celebration. So if you like any of the Stampin' Up supplies that you see today, you can still earn free products with an order. So, and also before the end of the day tomorrow, Thursday, the 23rd, I still have my host code open for the February class. So if you place an order that's $35 or more, then you'll get the free February class packet in the mail shipped to you. We'll cover all the shipping fees and package that up for you. And the video for that is already on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page, Delight of My Art. And if your order is over 50, you get a free Celebration item and a free embellishment from me. Plus the clearance rack was just updated yesterday with stamp sets, and they hardly ever do that. They must have had a little bit more in their inventory than they wanted, so bonus for us, right? So you can check that out at clearance.orderwithdeb.com. I would highly recommend checking some of those out because we still have a lot of other stuff in the clearance rack that were some of my favorite things. All right, we're almost there. Next is the piece in the middle, which was a neutral piece. I actually loosely interpreted neutral. For this one, it's kind of a specialty paper for my middle piece here, but we'll see how this works. This piece in the middle is going to be 2.5 by 5 1/4. Here we go. Isn't that cool? Look how pretty that is. All sparkly. Okay. I'm using the distressed gold for the middle. So I'm getting all kind of crazy and shiny with this one. So that's just going to get glued down there. And then your other piece of neutral will go on the back where you'll be doing your writing. So this is, I just did a cut a white piece so that I can, excuse me, I can just stamp on there. So now we can just decorate the front. I'll just go ahead and glue this on. And my thought with this one was I want to use the adorable owls. It's one of our Celebration items. And I thought, well, I'm going to do a graduation card because owls just kind of emulate smartness. And I'm not even sure if smartness is a word. That's so kind of a silly way to use it. But all right, so oh, look how pretty that is. You could use this for anything. So that's why I have my shells upside down. I wanted them to kind of represent feathers. Does it kind of look like feathers? Maybe that's a reach, but that was my intention. So I've got this little owl on a tag, and I was going to put him on there, and I made this little tassel hat. And I haven't really played around with this, how it's going to look. It's your day, I say. So I'm using green because green is our local school, and we also have MSU close by. Keep them in your prayers for all of the people that are hurting there right now. But yeah, I think this will look cute. Nice way to do a graduation. Okay, so we'll try to put this together now. Gonna get some dimensionals out, and I was gonna put happy graduation or something on this part, but I don't know if I've got one of those stamps, so I'll have to do that part later. But we'll put the front side together so you can see what it looks like. All the kids are home, so if you hear any noises in the background, it's usually I'm doing this when they're at school. So well, I meant to put that on the back side. Oh well, now the white part's popped up. No big deal. That looks cute. Yeah, I like that. And let's see, do we want this straight or tipped? I think his little hat should be on dimensionals, right? Something like this. We'll put this on maybe a little smaller. This fold is called double fan fold. If you're ever looking for more ideas, and I will have some more samples for you after this. I have 2 more that I'm really pleased with. So I think this one is cute, but it's probably my least favorite. Although this hat is cute. All right, let's go put his little graduation cap on. Yeah, all right, that is pretty cute. All right, should it be cockeyed or should it be straight? Let me know. I gotta grab my glue again, put my dimensionals away. I'll glue this on straight. I think the sentiment should be straight. I'll put it on tilted. Okay, this says tilted. All right, we'll put it on a little bit like that. Maybe we'll put the bottom of it up on dimensionals. So it looks like it's a tag kind of hanging there, but it won't be hanging there. Like that. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Vesta. Sometimes I need some help with decisions. Sometimes you go back and forth on a design. Do I like it? A or B? A or B, like the eye doctor. You just need somebody to go, just choose one. It's probably both going to be fine. So either one, just go with it. There. Oh, it's cute. So that will fold up like that for the envelope. It is a bit thick. You might have to do extra postage if you're mailing it. But if you're mailing a special card like this, it's going to be worth a little bit of extra postage, right? Okay, so there's our first one. And I can't wait to show you these next ones. They're so cute. Okay, this one, I'll scoot this one off to the side. This one looks like a little baby card. Isn't that so cute? So I used this brushed, what is this one called? This is the gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper. So I just punched it with the bunny punch. That's coming back in May. And then I used the swirl. What are those called? It's the one that you can make a little world eyes, but it has all these cute little hearts in there. So this is what it would look like if you used 2 different pieces of DSP. So these were all from one of those pieces, and you can see how this piece would match up with these 2, right? And then this piece matched up with these 2. So you just have to decide whether you want where you want each different piece. So I have the plain one on the outside, so when I fold it in, it's just all pink. And then when you open it, there's more color. You can do it either way. I thought that one was really cute. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. So that's where the back part would go, where you'd write. And then I added another bunny to the envelope, and his little butts on the back. And then my third one, really excited about this one because I'm using the new Irresistible Blooms. This is going to be a new online exclusive that is coming out on March 1. It has a brand new suite and new colors. So it sounds like we're getting a color refresh. This one is bringing back actually an old in color called Pretty Peacock. So I actually happen to still have one piece of cardstock to play with it and the ink pad. So it's got dies. Look at this fun die in the middle. But I used, it's got DSP and these little fun dots. So I'll be showing more of this coming up, but I thought this one was really pretty. So there's my third one. All of them turned out pretty cute. So let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. I like to hear. Actually, this one turned out pretty good. I don't know which one is my favorite. I like them all. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I'll go ahead and put my face back on here. So Vesta says the owl is her favorite. Oh, thanks. Sometimes I just don't know how things are going to turn out because I'm not putting the card together until I get on here to do the live with you guys. So thank you so much for making comments and sharing everything. And I'm really pleased with this group. I'm so glad that we're on a public group now. And now more people can join in. I would love to see your versions of these cards. I will post the post we'll post in the group here, which is called Stamp with Delight on Facebook. It's a public group, and you can go ahead and post your version of the card under that post. It will post at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So that will give everybody about 24 hours to kind of watch this video without any spoilers. But after that, you're going to have pictures. So, oh, Les Tony says, love them all, but the owl and the bunny are adorable. Thank you. But I do want to mention, if you are sharing your versions, please use mostly Stampin' Up! Products. That will just keep everybody playing and having fun here with Stampin' Up! And have a fabulous rest of your day, guys. Bye.